Hello and welcome to the last of two Argos multilingual webcasts about e-labelling for medical device manufacturers. This webcast offers guidance to medical device manufacturers following the European Commission regulation of 9th March 2012 on electronic instructions for use of medical devices. In this session we'll begin by looking at the requirements which the Commission has laid out in the regulation. We'll look at why medical device manufacturers ought to consider acting sooner rather than later, while offering some step-by-step pointers towards the end about how you should go about doing that. So, what are the requirements? If a company wishes to adopt e-labelling instead of traditional publishing, there is a series of requirements which must first be met. A paper IFU must be available within 1 week of a user request via a toll-free number. The device itself, in the case of fixed installed devices, or the packaging, must indicate that the IFU is in electronic format, how it can be accessed, and how a printed version can be requested. A stable, reliable, tamper-proof and dedicated website must be supplied for downloading materials, even where materials are also supplied via CD-ROM or other electronic media. Any personal data held by the manufacturer needs to meet the provisions found in the 1995 Data Protection Directive. Materials must be in a widely and freely available published format such as PDF. All earlier versions of an IFU must be available for reference on the website with clear version control in place. A documented risk process must demonstrate that using e-labelling will not compromise the intended user or patient safety. This process needs to be updated regularly using post-market surveillance. With the exception of Class 1 devices such as examination gloves or elastic bandages, issuing of the CE mark and certificates of conformity will be subject to an audit of the e-labelling systems by your notified body. So why the hurry? The Commission regulation on electronic instructions for use for medical devices is already in force from March 2013. Other medical device manufacturers have already begun the shift towards e-labelling. Early adopters are already seeing the impact that this is having on their costs and have begun to position themselves more competitively as a result. Perhaps most importantly, many are of the opinion that the tide has just turned, just as the 2007 Medical Device Directive for supplier IFUs has been superseded by the 2012 regulation. There's an expectation that the allowable scope will be broadened still. Now let's take a look at the next steps. First of all, we'd recommend that you actually read the published regulation. It's actually only 4 pages long. Once you've done that, seek advice from experts in e-labelling and EU regulations. Then establish a cross-functional program implementation team consisting of representatives from any department involved in publishing at your company. There could be more stakeholders than you think. As well as authoring and creative teams, quality control, regulatory and compliance teams are likely to be involved. Marketing, communications, finance, procurement and IT would all have an important role in any new implementation plan. Finally, you might want to include key channel partners, distributors and language translation partners too. The team should meet in order to thoroughly analyse your existing publishing processes and establish which parts could be repurposed. The team will need to work out whether there are any new training needs or if existing suppliers are capable of adapting to the new approach and what steps are going to be needed to fill the gaps which the process identifies. A solid initial analysis can really help to build a lean business process. Once that initial analysis has been completed, the team needs to analyse your products. Are there products which should be prioritised? For example, product types with shorter shelf lives. You may find that products which are updated regularly could become more important to shift towards e-labelling in order to remove the burden of publishing costs. You might also find that there are product types which are ill-suited to e-labelling. How will a new distribution model impact your pricing? Could savings help to increase competitiveness in some markets? Are there marketing opportunities which could be explored with the launch of e-labelling? At the end of this, you're going to have to combine your analyses and develop a plan including cost-benefit, risk and gap analyses, which has defined ROI calculations, and this will lead you towards a way forward in terms of e-labelling implementation. Thank you for watching our webcast. For more information on how we can help your business to grow, visit us at www.argosmultilingual.com.